Hello, welcome to Handelabra Live. My keyboard shortcuts were just working and then they stopped. More and more mysterious every time. But yes, it is an hour late tonight because some stuff came up. But I'm here now and we're going to play some One Deck Dungeon. One Deck Dungeon is on sale right now on the Steams, on the iOS, on the Android. You view the store page for this game here. I don't even know how we do that. Is it even showing up on stream? Yes, it is. I can click here and go to the store page as proof. 80% off. Week-long deal. Check it out. Back to school savings for One Deck Dungeon. So I thought it would be good to play it tonight. Also, my web browser does not support the features. That's strange that Steam's own web browser does not support the broadcast, but so be it. Yeah, I'm John, lead developer at Handelabra Games, and I'm gonna play some One Deck Dungeon for you. And it's been a little while, so hopefully I'm not terrible at it. My computer's fan is freaking out about this. I think actually there's an option we need to set on One Deck Dungeon for VSync that we need to do, but it's fine. My computer's just flipping out a little bit. Maybe that'll be an impetus for me to fix that. Yeah, and hello there in the chat, Seamus, Sparkyville, Takewalker, and others, Evil Dice Monkey even. Why are all the UK people and Ireland people are here when it's later? I don't understand. Shouldn't it? It's is it morning now? Is that what's happening? Of course, I will mention that Handelabra Games believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible. Any activity acting against these goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated, so be excellent to one another. What are we going to play in One Deck Dungeon here? I could just go quick play. I have some game in progress that I don't know what it is. I could also do a gauntlet, which I also apparently have in progress because testing. Let's just press quick play. I do have a beer tonight. It is a double IPA from Breton Brewing. It's called Crazy Angus. Let's just hit quick play. We get Fanatic in the Hydra's Reef. And I don't think she has any progression to speak of. It is morning and you're about to go to sleep. Yeah, okay, that's fair. So in case anyone isn't familiar with One Deck Dungeon, it is a dungeon crawler. You play with a single deck of cards and some dice on the tabletop. So it is a simulation of video game dungeon crawlers. So we have dutifully brought it back around to be a video game version of the card game. The dungeon cards are in the deck here. We're playing a hybrid deck as well, good to know. So we're gonna explore, find some doors, and open them. Oh, I do have progressions. I don't have progression. I have all this progression. I'm progressing very well. Crafty, grit, recovery, and first aid. So a lot of healing. And Fanatic is also able to heal with Aegis of Resurrection. Fanatic is a crossover character from Sentinels of the Multiverse. If you're not aware. You're probably aware. Let's fight the skeleton. I didn't analyze whether or not I should fight the skeleton, I just clicked it. We're going to want to cover the armor boxes first, which we kind of have to do with this. But then we can cover some boxes. We have a 5 for this, 6 for this. We actually just cover all the boxes except one time. And we spend extra time because skeleton. That seems good. Let's take more dice or invisibility potion. Kind of cheeky. We might not need potions so much because like healing potions. Could we have other healing? Let's grab invisibility. The cheeky first. That's beer's really nice. A dangerous 7.5% beer. Hey, look, the Wraith. It's more of a crossover. Fnatic versus the Wraith. Convert an item to XP. Well, the joke's on you. I don't have any items. 9. It might be hard for us to get 9 magic here, but I wonder if we flee and come back when we have more magic, but then we convert it. So I think we just go for it and hope to get the 9. Hope to roll well on the magic dice and heroic here. Yeah, we got it. A 5 and a 5 make 10. And we have that armor box, and we don't take the lion's share of the damage. And these are not worth anything. We could make a 3 to save a hit, but then we wouldn't get this. We'd make a heroic out of this. Then we could like force bolt it up, which I think is worthwhile. We would get a heroic for this pair of ones, which we won't get. Probably better to not take the heart though, right? I don't know for sure, but someone math it out for me. And let's take the item. We have Sharp Cliffs, which we can now climb up even better and get more magic item. Seems good. We're on easy mode. We're starting on level 2. Dolphin would be displeased. Do we have 10? We just have 10. Just. Seems good. We'll take it. We'll grab more magic power. And look in here. Oh, Armor Crush. Do you like that? I'm going in here for sure. That is a skill worth grabbing. Even though the Hydra doesn't have armor, it's super useful like throughout the dungeon to have that. And we have to put this to here. Now cover the boxes, basically. And yeah, we can cover this directly. And then we get 1 for our Divine Balance. Cool. I think that's all we do. We take Armor Crush because it's sweet. Fnatic would fly over. Yeah, I guess like she might do that if it was story based. Poison Snap, not gonna do anything here, and we'll probably grab the item there. And we have Armor Crush, so that's nice. We probably don't need to roll this. We're rolling lots of dice. Save that for something more difficult. All right, and we can use this 1 for Armor Crush. Pop it into this magic, because we can use the magic die to do something more useful. Like cover one of these boxes, which I think we definitely want to do. Of course, we want to cover this that has poison. And we can't quite do that, really. We could do it. I guess if we're only covering one of them, we may as well cover that one. We do that by making a heroic to cover it. Because we can't cover both in any case. It's either or, so we may as well cover the one that's worse. Unless, well, yeah, we could take this 3 from here. Does that change anything? I don't think it changes anything, right? Because in any case, we need to make a 6. We're not getting a 5, right? From anything. So I don't think there's any... Like, even if this was a 5, like, there's nothing, no way to make a 6 for this now, so... We just cover it with the 6. We take a point of damage, but that's okay. We can use a potion if we want, or just not, because we're getting healing by, like, descending, so... I think we can stay and take a hit. We could stay and take a hit, or we could descend, because we're spending an extra time at the start of each turn, so we are going to take damage just by looking. I don't know. Let's just, nah. Could be like a door we don't want to go into, right? Meh. Let's descend. Take a peek, says Sparky Wolf. I didn't. Maybe this is the TSN turning point where we lost the round. Alright, there's no going back now. We opened a door. Skip, use heroic feats. Alright, this wants a lot of agility, which we don't have. But Fireball is super good. I'd like that skill. I think we just, like... take a bunch of damage and poison here. We could use invisibility on this. It wouldn't be the end of the world. We're actually really bad at this encounter. But I would like Fireball, so I'm gonna use invisibility potion because we get a heal from it also. It's the beetle. All we need now is Plague Rat. Another one that's not so great for us, but we like the item. I think we go into this one. We have Fireball now. We can use a heroic feat because we need lots of dice. It's a 1, but that's an Armor Crush maybe. Well, we have something else for Armor Crush. Another heroic 1. Awesome. Alright. That can clearly go there. We spend our 1s here. We can always put them into Force Bolt as well, so there's no real difference. I want that 5 for here, and that's 6 for here. This 5 for here. So 3 there. We need an armor 5 as well. We could use, yeah, we have Force Bolt. This 5 ends up being useless. So I should have put in the garbage and made a heroic die, shouldn't I have? Shouldn't I have? It's fine. We can make a heroic 3 for this one. And a heroic 4 for something else. I guess goes here, and these make a 3, and that covers everything. All right, just cover all the boxes. Why don't you just cover all the boxes? Okay. And we'll take the item, I think, as opposed to Crushing Blow. We already get Strength 5 here, which is pretty sweet. The Vortex Stone. We could get an invulnerability potion. We are at our item limit. Rude. Guess we could just, like, get XP here. We could convert an item and get an extra health, which we don't really need because we're fanatic. Definitely don't mind using a... Yeah, I think I'd like to get... Maybe trade an item here for the agility item to be a little more well-rounded. We're a little short on agility. Let's trade out this one. Even though we don't really need the health, we need the pink dice. And let's have a look. Probably should have explored there. You cannot place heroic on dungeon challenge boxes, so we're probably taking damage here from the agility 5, like most likely. But this seems fine to just fight for the XP. And maybe we have some spare ones for a heroic feat at the end. Because I always forget that. Let's do this. Yeah, we might want to save... I guess we have 2 other ones, but we have this to put them. This 3 can go here. That 5 can go there. Again, yeah, this is the one that we can't really do. Except we could force bolt for it, so... It's not so bad. We can do sort of that. We could force bolt for that. Except then we don't have anything for this big 8 box. But we would need to force bolt a 6. Which is slightly better, I guess. And so we can make a heroic for that. The armor crush is just not really doing anything. Which means you get to keep these ones. For heroic die. Yeah, we just have dice that we can't really do anything with because of the howl effect there, right? So we're taking that hit kind of no matter what. There's no way we can really avoid that. Actually, we can if I use Force Bolt. So that's actually a thing. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, we make heroic for that, right? Okay, so that's fine. We don't have any ones left over, but so be it. No consequences. We just go XP here. And we explore and get to open 1 door, maybe 2, because we're completely healed. Because we used... Did we use a potion? How did we heal? Or did we lose that other health? I don't remember. Something happened. We must have used... Oh, we used another potion for something? Yeah, we used 2 potent invisibility potions, didn't we? We can take some damage because we're going to heal it from the stairs. And the wisp is here. And we have a piercing potion, which is kind of neat, but we already have armor crush, so we don't really care. Let's go in, take some damage. Now we get some 1s. Again, we can use those for fireball, though. Wow, we didn't really roll that great, did we? Not that great. It's probably better to use these up. Because there's some gross stuff down here. And unfortunately, strength doesn't do anything in this encounter. But we can block a little bit more of the badness. Arts and poisons. Maybe poisons, because Fanatic's good at healing. I guess this heal also heals poisons, right? But like, let's just take one of each. I should have like arranged things smarter. Is there a way I can be smarter? Did I do some things dumb? Maybe I did. It's not a big deal one time. Like that. Sure. And take XP here, I guess. I can take piercing potion, but I want to level up. And let's stay. Open another door. This guy. I could replace the 3 with the 4. If I level up now, I keep the 3 for the next. So that's pretty good. Can I beat this guy, like, straight away? He's got really tough boxes. I think I just use invisibility here again. Take damage, but I'm going to heal it in a second. Let's heal a poison, because we'll probably get to beat the roll. We don't clear it because it's hybrid dungeon, but hybrid dungeon, no effect. But yeah, 2 or higher is better than 3 or higher. All right. In case we're wondering, for the Hydra, it's pretty balanced. I guess it isn't. We need lots of strength, and we want a bunch of agility and a little bit of magic, but like, I think we're doing okay. This guy, some tough agility spots. I think we just like go in against him though. We could use the potion, but I think we just go in. Hope for a good roll. Pretty good on some of these. Also, Hydra is reducing our heroic dice. We get time if there's heroic on the card, but like, that seems worthwhile. We can get a fireball. Oh, we don't want to put that heroic 1 on there, do we? That seems like a bad idea. Now we can like cover a lot of boxes here. Straight up cover a lot of boxes. Yeah, we're not covering everything though. Get that 3, the heroic. Actually, undo this because we can put these little dice in here and get this 5 out for here. Yeah, that's better. We're actually close to not needing this. We paid for it with a 1. But and this would be a 4. So like we're 1 short though of being able to cover that properly. Because I'm sure, going to want to use this to make an agility .6 and put it here. And this can make an agility 3 and put it here. And we end up just with 1 damage. Cool. Awareness is pretty cool, but it only works on traps and not on the boss, so I don't want it. The rune circle. We could remove the crystal pretty easily to get the skill, which isn't bad. I'd rather have the item, but it's easier for us to do remove crystal, so let's do that. Wow, that is a roll. I accept what the RNG has given me. Probably replace that, but we have it for next couple encounters. Bear traps. That's handy to have the swiftness ore for that. We could get a mana potion, which could be useful. We don't have a lot of agility dice. We would get the 3 for sure, but then we would still need to get like a 5, hopefully 2 5s, and enough for a 6 with 4 dice total. I feel like we're just not good at that. Not going to do that. Let's explore now before we get more poisoned. Cool. The Razor Bark. Exiles dice. And we have Flame Walk. That's pretty sweet. The item is also good. I'm into Flame Walk for sure. Gets us a 6 agility just to cover that box. I'm gonna use the invisibility potion for that. And grab that skill, and we have that 3 as well. Let's open another door. A spider. Roll heroic and increase by 1. I'll probably just take the item here. We're not leveling up for sure. I think we can manage this. All right. Armor. Armor's crush. We don't have magic 6. We're not gonna get one. We can knock up these magic dice to be bigger though through a series of fireballs and flame walks. Unless it makes sense to make heroics to do that. I don't think so. To go there. We do have 6s now that could be put there. Just like this and this. And it's kind of annoying. What if can we do this and then we can't force bolt up enough for that, can we? This doesn't have to be a 5, but it does have to be a 3. I think we're just stuck taking a damage here. There might be a way for that, but it's just 1 damage, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time thinking about it. And we have ones that we will get rid of in a second. Let's take the item. Guess we can take a peek into a door, or we could go for the bear traps, but I feel like... I guess we could, like, throw our heroic here. Grab the mana potion. For a potion token, mainly. I think we're at our item limit, right? Yeah. Like, we know what this is. We don't know what this is. We would have to run through to not take damage. Which makes it a lot harder and more consequences if we fail. But now we have 6 dice. Still not great. I feel like we take our chances on what this is. We could use our invisibility potion if we want. It's the Spikalon. That's not too terrible. The problem is, like, there's nothing here that we want. So there's no point to really doing it. I don't think there's any purpose to going to this encounter, because it doesn't get us anything we want. So I think we leave and we descend. That's fine. The other one was risky, so. It's the Hydra. Let's remove the poison, so we don't have to roll for poison anymore, because that's annoying. Alright. And don't use the potion. That's from our grit. We're healing after... Well, that was recovery, descending. Then we're healing after each boss round as well, so... Alright, time for our skills to get to work here. So... Fireballs and flame walks. I'm gonna overpay for this fireball unless we use a heroic. We have this 6 covered pretty easily. We have lots of strength. I think we probably use this for fireball because we can always, like, yeah, we can't get these 6s, like, kind of no matter what we do unless we make a heroic here. That's fine though, we have lots of hits. Maybe not like enough, but like we have lots. We're short 2 on the agility. We can make this strength. We end up short on a few boxes, which is kind of annoying. It's like the numbers don't add up in a nice way. We're just taking those 6 hits. We can't afford to make dice for them. We're just taking the 4 damage then. That's fine. I don't think we had a way to do it. We had the heroic 5, but I guess we were going to use, potentially we're using a couple of 4s. But the heroic 5 wouldn't really change, wouldn't free up one of those 6s, would it? I guess that might have. Let's undo, because it might have. Or let's undo back to fireball, because it's not going to be any worse than what we did there, right? So instead of these at 5, let's use 2 4s. We could potentially think about using that. And we put stuff in here. That adds up to 13. And stuff in here. Yeah, the thing is we need to not use these 6s for either one. And I think that's where it falls apart. Because we still need to cover this. And that's like a 5. I guess it's a 5, but then these... No, they can't come out. It's not that much overpaying. Yeah, we don't even get to the... Yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Whichever way we slice that. We'll take the 4 damage. We may as well use our potion now. Unless we want to get retribution sooner? I guess it's good to get it, right? Should we not? I guess we might end up using the potion at the wrong time, but I think getting retribution is probably... It has some use. We haven't unlocked it yet, so... Let's go with that strategy that I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Alright. Fireball. With a 4 and 1 for Fireball, maybe. But then we want the 1 for Flame Walk, right? We're not getting a 6, so we're in the same boat as before. I think the 5 is better because then we keep the 2 4s. That maybe don't matter, but... Alright, we got that 6. And we got a bunch of agility to throw in here. Not quite enough. Like, there's the idea that we can keep a 6, but I'm pretty sure we can't keep that 6 because that's a lot. Like, that just covers that. We still have 8 to go here. Which means, yeah, we need these. Maybe we don't need them. Do we need them both? We make a heroic with one of these and force bolt the other one to something. So this 3 can go in here. And yeah, I mean, actually this is 8. That's exactly right. Okay. We actually need 8, and this is 8. And so we can put heroic over here. Alright, that one did work out. Oh, and we win? Okay. And we win. By the way, we win. GG. Oh, and her checkboxes are completely full. Learn more about Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's opening a browser about Sentinels. Cool. Alright. We have defeated the Hydra on novice level. Much like 37,510 or 509 others. I guess subtracting my all-time. So 37,500 others. Or 501 others? Sure. My Fnatic record isn't very good, is it? Alright. That was a game of One Deck Dungeon. Shall I continue playing One Deck Dungeon? I could do so. We'll say a bunch. Yeah. Why don't the chatizens tell me what to play? Which brave hero and dungeon should I delve into? Roll on. I could just do quick play again. Also. Maybe I'll do that. I like quick play because you never know what you're going to get. I think I don't... They all have the default settings for their progression, so quick play is also doing that. So I'm going to like mix these up a little bit. I'll just like click, 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 click. She only has healing. I'll just like mix them up a little bit. Savvy for Druid. Acclimates are only as savvy. Click, 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 click. Just one past Inventiveness. One past Piercing Blast, which is back to Force Bolt. All right, just to like mix it up. And I think it remembers that. Maybe it didn't. Maybe Paladin. I might have had to play the game for it to remember those. That was just useless then. We have a Fiend. It is the Endless Kelp. And we are in the Minotaur's Maze with the Paladin. And she has Healing and Force Bolt as well. Yeah, Quick Play, I think it's intentional that it doesn't randomize your favorite like settings for your things. But might be nice if that was a... I don't like to add options to Quick Play, but it could be something like that, potentially. Maybe a high-level option. Wow, Minotaur with Endless Kelp means we're only getting 2 doors. That's not good. That's not good at all. And we're starting with a Fire Elemental. Alright. That seems... I mean, Mana Fountain is super good. We don't have a magic skill. Well, we do a First Bolt, actually. The consequences say 3 hearts. But my armor knocks it down to 3. So actually, it would be 6. Actually, the consequences if I don't do anything here are, like, fine to get Mana Fountain. So I'm kind of okay with going in and maybe knocking that down to 2 or 1. Let's roll. Let's just try to do what we can here. And turns out we can't do a whole lot, but we can cover that box. We can cover one of these. We can't do a whole lot with these. We can make heroics. We can put them up top. It is down to 2. Because there's 4 hearts here. So if we can cover 2 more hearts, we would stop 1 damage. But we can't cover another heart, I don't think. Well, this is 4, 7, and 5 is 12, so we can't even cover this, even if we wanted to. Well, we could, but at the expense of covering that. So I guess that would add up to 1 more, but then we're not covering that. So I don't think it adds up. So we just leave the boxes like that, and then we put stuff up on the top. Tippy top? Tippity top? We could Force Bolt into this, though, actually. Could we? Yeah, we could take 1 less damage by doing a 6. No, we need a... It's the wrong type. I can't make a magic for that. What are the spots at the top of the screen? They are part of the Fiend, which is part of the Abyssal Depths expansion. This is an additional threat that you can play with. So if you fill all the boxes, you get a reward and reduce the threat level. So it stops discarding 1 closed door, for example. And the dice you put up there are preserved through fights. So I can like put here, and maybe we pop this one up here. And it's a way to like use your dice, your little dice. It's extra challenge, but it's also like extra usefulness, I guess. We don't have a lot of agility, so I'm gonna put more up in the agility spots. Cool. So we'll be able to confront hopefully soon. Take Mana Fountain, which is super good. We may as well use our healing potion now. Well, we know we have recovery and stuff, so scratch that. And heroism potion. Some might say the best potion. We're fighting this guy for heroism potion. And if I roll all 6s, that's probably pretty good. I get a mana fountain die, which I do have to spend time for, so let's undo that. This armor box is really gross. We could confront the fiend right now. Let's just gain a 6. Actually, that's kind of good. So if we do that, and that, and that. Confront the fiend. Get a 6, which we can at least cover the armor box and make this slightly less awful. Very slightly less awful. Right now we're... Yeah, there's 5 hearts. We can block 1 more heart without spending any time. Or... Yeah, we can't... I'm thinking if we can block... We can't block 2 or 3 hearts, I don't think, with what we've got. So let's just not spend time and drop it down to 2. Because if we use Mana Fountain, we can stop, like, cover one of these, but it won't change anything in the calculus, so. Alright, we're not dead yet. We're just nearly dead. Let's take the Heroism Potion. It's very good. We will use a healing potion here because we are at death's door. We get an extra heal, so now we're fine, and we're not discarding an extra closed door here when we explore. I like the invisibility potion. That's my favorite potion. Dolphin might say that heroism is the best potion ever, but invisibility for 2 time you get to defeat any encounter. 2 time in a potion token seems like a pretty good deal. Vine Trap is here. Are we actually in hybrid deck again? We are. We can dodge the vines or break through. Don't know that we're great at these options. Breakthrough, there's an armor box here too, right? So it's actually not our forte here. And it's a lot of poison that we're going to be getting. We're rolling 4 dice for 15. It's not terrible, but it's not great, especially when there's an armor box. So I'm going to leave. If I come back and if I get more strength dice, I might come back to that. It's the guy that discards all your dice. I'm going to say we're not fighting him. This one, usually, Ling is the right answer. It's a beetle again. Alright, give me strength? No, magic. But crushing blow is nice, but also only for... We only have 1 agility, and there's all these agility boxes everywhere. I think we have to do stuff, though. Let's roll this. I know it's like a freaking beetle, but we need to actually get past all these armor boxes. Alright, we got past the armor boxes, I think, by virtue of rolling enough. We can make a strength 6 with this. Yeah, this skill is like have a strength or agility 6. That's what it says, really. And we could cover this. Like, this is the same, right? Having 2 or 1 is the same because of the armor skill. So we could just leave those and put this 2 somewhere else, like up there. Or we could take no damage, which might be, you know, smarter, I guess. Could be smarter. To take no damage and take no time. We could do both of those things. I guess it could be smart to, like, cover the boxes. I don't know. You can't tell me what to do. Alright, let's cover the boxes. We need dice. I want yellow dice. And actually, I want agility dice. I'm going to explore for one door here. I think. Yep. Combine Trap's not terrible, but it's not ideal either with the armor. Here we go. We can decipher this and get a strength and then go to the other thing. Look at that. Like, if I could roll this every time, I would not worry about anything. That's pretty sick. All right. Let's put some dice up there because the wide box increase is kind of annoying. Oh, the wide box was increased, so I need to put more dice up there. Yeah, okay. Let's grab this. Clarity potions, nice too. Now we can go in and fight the Vine Trap with a little more confidence. And roll all 5s and 6s. Actually pretty close to that. And we can put some dice up here, which we don't necessarily have to because I don't think we're covering up at the end of the floor, but hey, we get this color die we need. I'm still not fighting him. I'm not. That is a very risky play. It can pay off, but it's not great. Bear traps. This is the same one. Is it? No. This one is only pink. That, I think, came up last game at the end, right? With the mana potion and everything. Don't love this. I'm not good at either of those things. And there's an armor box. So, no. Let's take a look at the other door. It's the bandit. Ha 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 ha. Holy crap. Agility time. We're not doing that either. Right? Like, there's no way. Let's leave. Let's get some things that aren't all pink. Because there's already 2 pink on the dungeon. What does the Minotaur want at the end? Millions of strength. Yeah. Surprise. Minotaur is tough, yo. The Rune Circle. We could disarm it for the item or remove the crystal for Swiftness Aura. This came up before, I think. I think we want, like, this 3 is really good to help us cover this every time. So let's go for Remove Crystal. Even though it is an 11, actually. Right? No, it's actually a 9. Or it's actually a 7. Yeah, in real life it's a 7. But it's a 9 now because of reasons. But of course we have armor, and so we can't quite cover it. Unless we use Heroism Potion. Oh, that armor. Messing with us. It's only 1 damage and 1 poison, so we just take it in the chin. For this. We need, like, a really good skill to go with Mana Fountain. That would be cool. What else is this doing here? Spend time when you use a skill, of course. Yeah, bash it open for magic dice that we don't super need, but maybe we can, you know, spend them for other things. Seems like we're really good at bashing, so that's good. Except we're not that good because of these crazy armor boxes. Oh my gosh. 4. I should have put some dice up here last time, shouldn't I have? That would have been wise. And not so wise. I just left the dice on the card to no effect. Beans. How do they work? Also extra time, like, come on. Sparky Wolf is enjoying me losing, but there's no points on the line because I forgot to do that, so take that. Rope bridge. We have a lot of magic dice to bolster, with which to bolster. So I think we try to do that literally for XP here. All right, a 3 and a 5, and we actually can cover 7. I can't believe it. We can pop that up there. Actually, we could trade in a magic one for a strength is probably smart. Nope, that's not what I meant. Because we have the mana fountain. All right, we are continuing to open doors. It's the goblin. Shimmer Blast is okay. We are good at punching this little goblin, so let's do that. We get a lot of 6s. We have a lot of tiny armor boxes. They're annoying. I have to put a 6 in one of them, I guess. Seems like I don't have to, but there's not really any difference whether I do or not, so... I have these other things. I want to avoid using skills if I don't have to, because they cost time. Yeah, so 1 time versus putting 2 dice up here probably means I'll put more dice up there. That's more time getting spent overall than that 1 time I just spent, but I don't know math. XP or Shimmer? I guess Shimmer Blast we can use and convert it. But we are... The time calculus with both of these things together is pretty gross. It is another peril. Shall we clobber the logs? Ooh, I would accept a static burst over Shimmer Blast, I think. Actually, I would accept a agility die as well. Let's see. I actually rolled pretty okay. I could actually finish covering this, but I'll just do it on the next encounter. And yeah, if I take the agility, I can convert that magic, which I don't super need so much magic. I could explore here. It probably would be smart to explore, but it's too late. This again. Climb up for XP to level up, I guess. Skip heroic feat. Do we feel lucky? We feel lucky. I want to use that next floor. And we did okay? We did okay. We don't get to do that, which doesn't matter because the floor is over. let's level up. I guess that was Clever Smash is a free skill that gets you a strength or a heroic 3. We are at our limits though, so yeah, it's level up time and try to get some other things. We must descend. Let's get rid of the poison. It's annoying. The fiend is enraged. Yes, the fiend is really garbage on this 3rd floor, and we need a lot more agility, which we don't need against the boss, but you just have to try to make it through this 3rd floor and fight the bad guy. Save our heroism potions for the Minotaur. Armor Crush. Does Minotaur have armor? No. So we don't really want Armor Crush. I guess it works a little bit in the dungeon here. We actually want to spend time though. This is terrifying, this dungeon box. And also everything is +1, so this thing is making all these into big numbers. This Looping Ooze is not normally this terrifying. Wow. Is there any possible way? Like, it's only 4 damage here because of the armor effect. So, like, I can get that down to reasonably, like, 2 health if we focus on covering the boxes like this. So I think we go in, skip heroic feat. Good night, Take Walker. And yeah, spending time is now like what we kind of want. We have to use these 6s to cover these armor boxes. It's kind of funny. We might be able, I wonder, can we cover everything at the top? Because that thing that's increasing all other small boxes is really bad. Let's see. We do that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah, we can actually do this. And we would get 3 6s. Can we avoid overpaying so much? If we put the 4 on the 4, maybe that would be smart. And use Swiftness Aura to put the 3 there. And then we pay time for it, but bear with me. If we Mana Fountain, Force Bolt, Shimmer Blast costs 3, which is annoying because we don't have a really nice way to pay 3. So that's kind of going there. I think it's probably worth it to get rid of that +1. So we do this. Actually, we don't really need that right now, do we? Because we're going to use this. We're going to use that. We're going to use that. We get 3 6s, which we can cover the armor with, and then like almost nothing else. But I think that's better. Actually, we don't need to cover armor only because now a 2 can go on here. So we need a strength and a magic, and we can grab like a strength to go on one of these. Yeah, we can cover 2 of these. If we cover 2 hearts, then we take 1 less damage, so. Seems okay. Yeah, if we had one more pip of agility, we could cover this 14, but it wouldn't be any different, right, would it? So it doesn't really matter. Alright, that's a path that we chose. And I don't know that Armor Crush is really worth taking here. Take dice. And use a healing potion. All right. Flame Weave. I think we want the dice. So go in here and click Dismantle. It's tough, but we think we still do it. We probably roll this because missing on the armor really sucks. We got one of the armor boxes. We need a 5. We have heroism, but we got an armor box, so that's good. Okay. So I think we got everything. Yeah. I want to put... Oh yeah, I still need more for this. Dice. We need dice. All right, we get to look at these doors and that's it. And if they seem like they're gonna hurt us more than they'll help us, we'll just leave. Ooh, Flame Walk though. Man, Flame Walk with Mana Fountain is super good. Do we like look at the other door and hopefully get another heroic die and then come back for this one? We're gonna be spending a lot of time here using skills though. I think we just do this door and get Flame Walk and go fight the boss. I think so. We have to exile. Just exile from up here. Well, there's a chance that we get 3 6s that we want up there, right? So we're not getting extra strength here, really. We want Flame Walk. That's worthwhile. Worth the gambit. Alright, so we could cover up here pretty easily by doing these things. And is that worth the other? If we do that, that's basically trading all these dice for 3 6s. So I think we just like see what we can do here first. Well, like this is a 6 for a 6, right? So it's like, are these amount of dice worth 2 more 6s? And the answer is probably not, because there's only one actual 6 here. So yeah, I think the answer is sort of staring us in the face there, right? It's not actually worth it, because we can actually just like cover the things we need to cover here without doing anything else. Why don't we just cover all the boxes, friends? You might be saying. And that would be a wise thing to say, because we can just cover almost all the boxes. Not this big 14. I don't think there's any way we're covering that. Unless we get poison instead. But right now we're taking 2 damage. And we could not take that time easily. We could spend more time We could get to 9, 10. We could try the Shimmer Blast. That could get us to block all the damage. Could also whiff. It's only a time though, so I think we take the roll on the Shimmer Blast. It's a 3. Is like just not enough? Well, it's 1 less damage if we do this and we do these 2 things and everything. Which is fine. We kind of want to like get down to the boss, so we sort of want to spend time here. So let's do that. Oh, and actually I can end up taking no damage because I have this extra 2 sitting here that I lost in the artwork. No damage 1 time, which is perfect because we want to descend. Warning. Oh, and we actually don't have to spend the time. Sure. I also had a 6 sitting off to the side, so I didn't have to spend that much time, but I kind of wanted to. I wonder actually, can we go back and not use Mana Fountain of Force Bolt and still do it with the heroics or whatever? Because we had these 6s that I forgot about. Yeah. But we take a damage then. So I don't know that we want that. Or we could take a poison, but I'd rather not take a poison, I think. Yeah, I think I'd rather just spend the time and not. Let's just go. We can like look in there. But not look, but not touch. Bit of spikes. We're at our limit anyways, and yeah, we're not going in there. All right, hello Minotaur. We need to do 10 damage, which means a minimum of 2 rounds, and we rolled a lot of 1s. We can use these without any sort of problem now. We can pop that right into Flame Walk, which I honestly don't see a reason why we wouldn't. Why we would ever not do that. Maybe there's a reason. We can roll for Shimmer Blast if we think it's helpful, because these ones in just 1 and 2 doesn't do anything unless we heroism it. We already have a 5. But now I guess the 4s can turn into like a 6 or whatever. So I think we just Shimmer Blast here. Because that could be good. Could be nothing, but it's a 2. So whatever, it's like the same. But it can go up here now instead. So we can put these 5s here. We can put this 5 here. So yeah, we can make a 6 for that. And the rest of these just sort of pile in here. Like put all the garbage together and cover a box. And Force Bolt to cover the other box. We could heroism, but for 2 health, I think it's not, or it's actually only 1 health because of armor is super good. And it's worth using that because we get to heal, and we're actually healing this damage right now because of grit. So yeah, not worth. I think it's going to be worth if it makes us win in this round here. All right, lots of 1s on the agility. This is maybe a heroism turn. We have our Mana Fountain and Flame Lock. Like that last turn, like that literally last door we opened, not the second last door technically, but like getting Flame Walk out of that with Mana Fountain, that was what I was waiting for the entire game. The very first door was Mana Fountain, and like essentially the last door was Flame Lock, which was basically these two skills are like have free 5, 6, and 4. Like win the game, enjoy. You can see why I'm enjoying that. All right, we have things that don't quite work here. We could try for the Shimmer Blast here again. I think it's probably worth the try. Maybe get a 5 or 6, or how about a 1? Sure. So we just try to cover enough boxes to win. So like that. And then like we don't even die. Like we take 5 damage because of armor. Like it's 10, but we take half because Paladin is ridiculous. We could just hit end turn and win here, except we want to cover this, so we don't actually win unless we cover that. So let's cover that. We could also use our potion, but we're not because we are, you know, flexing on the Minotaur here. Are we gonna like really flex and use heroism and do this? And like change this to a 6 as well. Yeah, let's flex all the way. All right. Shame dice on the Minotaur. No damage. We were already taking only 5 from 10. Like armor is ridiculous. GG. This game is impossible. How can you ever win? I am on Novice, but still, people are complaining about that on Novice as well, so. Let's get our tick boxes. All right. Cool. All right, one more quick play. Are these all still... No, these are all different. Paladin just happened to still have healing and Force Bolt. Is that the case? Let's try one more game. It's been like 40 minutes consistently each game here, so that's pretty good. Let's do it. I didn't look at my stats for Paladin. Paladin, pretty good. Pretty solid win rate here. And Minotaur actually is like 50%. I think people who are playing Minotaur are people who like are confident in their abilities, whereas Dragon is like lots of new players, so you can see Dragon has a really bad win rate. But even the harder dungeons like Phoenix have there's a winning record there. For like Poison Elemental, winning record. Fire Giant, barely a winning record. Up to Tree. So like players who are playing the Forest of Shadows are more experienced and so are winning more. I think there's an effect there. All right. Blink Thing Poop says, do these characters continue on in a campaign or are they just throwaway? You can play without the campaign progression, but if you, by default, there is progression. You have a checklist that you get check marks. You earn them by playing, and so they get more available skills and stuff as you go, and you can pick one of these focuses for each game. So yeah, so you do unlock more abilities and power-ups as you play. There's also a gauntlet mode where you play through a series of enemies and dungeons, starting from scratch on your checklists, and then try to see how quickly you can defeat them all. So it's kind of a challenge as well, campaign. All right, but yeah, you can just play quick play like I'm doing as well. So let's try one more. We have a 2-player game, Hunter and Mage, and they still have Force Bolt, so I don't know what's going on there, but we do have a different focus here. That's good. All right, and we are doing the Lich. The Lich's Tomb, and no Fiend. And what's the deck? It's a standard deck, so no poison. All right. Sparky Wolf loves the Lich. And we have the cure and aid potions this time. It's interesting. We have Forest Shadows Hero and Forest Shadows Potions, but not Forest Deck. Or Dungeon. The Flame Statues. So yeah, with 2 heroes, they each have a separate dice pool that they work together with. We are not great at any combination, actually. We're sort of really well balanced with each other, which means that we're not like overpowered in any one area. We could do Disenchant pretty easily, though. We could also like Opening Shot the armor box here. That's probably the best thing here. Opening Shot the armor box, and we don't need to roll this. And she actually has stuff that helps with... She actually has... Oh yeah, roll heroic against the boss only. Ignore time, even choice cost. Oh right, I should have used that. No, that doesn't work there. Right. I had to use that before I rolled, I think. Forgot that. I get a reroll, but I don't need it because we just cover the box. Hey, Blink Thing Poop. Yeah, my stream is on the Steam store. We stream to Twitch and to Steam at the same time. And we try to set it up so it goes to the store page properly. All right, let's grab Haste. Haste is kind of interesting. The mage has lots of magic dice. Or we could just take that. Let's grab Haste because I think that's going to be handy against certain enemies. Perhaps the Plague Rat, who wants agility, and Flame Weave. Again, more spells. We might take the agility die, though. The Hunter could cover that armor box. We're not really hurting for agility dice. So I don't know that we want... I mean, it's only one time. It's pretty cheap to do it. But I don't know that we would actually... get much out of that. I guess it just means we can use our agility dice for other things like flank or whatever, so let's put that there and keep this for another tougher one. And we got a 6. We got a 6, which means we can cover some of the trickier stuff. Either an agility one or a strength one, which doesn't really do anything. I guess we can use it for something. For flank, increase the die by 2. We could use that to help cover this armor box. We could also put into, like, use haste here, but I guess we kind of need to use haste. Oh, I don't know that we need to. Let's see what we can do without rolling here. We can cover this. Yeah, we have these 5s. They're just time, but they don't really matter that much. We can cover one easily this way. And then we could try to roll for something, basically. If we roll for it with this, then we miss out on covering this heroic, but I'm not too worried about that. Hey, we got it. We got both. Why not both? Cool. And I think that we want Flame Weave. I mean, it's pretty nice to get a 5 for sure. And it works on traps. All right, I've convinced myself to take Flame Weave. It's nice to actually have doors to look at. Kind of strange after the last dungeon. Here's where Flame Weave comes into play with, like, we can use it on slow time, and Valor is super good. We definitely want that. Heroic die, skill. We can put that on Hunter here. Yeah, let's... Okay, so here, I need to click this now. I didn't last time. And we can cover the armor. We definitely cover the armor with Flame Weave. So the question is, like, are the 3 plus 1, the 4 dice, I guess, like, 3 dice enough for 11? Is, like, usually 3 dice should be enough for 11, like, on average. But we might roll poorly, so I'll spend a time to make sure we don't take 3 damage, right? Like, that seems good. I also get rerolls, like, so probably that was overkill to spend that time, but we also just rolled it straight away. All right, heroic die. In combats, which is most of the things, and also the boss, so Valor is excellent. And we have an arrow wall, which is easy for the mage. Now we don't need to spend on anything. I think we use speed to block the cost, and we don't need to, like, we're fine here. We just need to get 10. Like, I'm not worried. We have Flame Weave, we have rerolls, we have 5s to 6s, like, done. Done. Super done. And let's grab a mana die for the mage. I think more magic dice, more things happening with the mage seems good. Maybe we'll come across fireball or something. All right, the goblin. We can get dodge. Very good for Hunter to grab. And I don't think we need to do the heroic feat here. And this should go to mage. All right. I think things are fine. We also get Valor die. Just having Valor just makes life so much nicer. Like, oh, we like always have extra. We don't really need the 5 here, actually. We have to cover that armor box with strength, but we can use Force Bolt for that. I guess we can just make we can make a 5. We need our 5s and 6s for these. Sort of. Oh, we have flank. We could just put a heroic into there. See what we can do, like, without rolling. I think we can just, like, cover everything without rolling, probably. Pretty sure we just need a 5 for this, which we can just make with Force Bolt. So, like, easy. Alright, easy. Don't think too hard. We're gonna have to, like, actually get some dice soon, but we're getting some pretty excellent skill selections, so yeah, disarm with 1 less time for more dice seems okay. We don't need to, I think, well, we have 3 dice, but we have foresight and cunning. It's probably okay. We got the armor box. And we got the other box. Cool. No problem. Let's take more dice. Always magic. Yeah, we want to get a little more strength and agility here, but feeling pretty good. And more magic dice, I guess. More magic dice. Disenchant with 5 dice seems like we're spending 2 time, but like it's super easy. We don't have to use our heroic feats, which we haven't even used hers once. We are getting like easy encounters. But yeah, like I don't want backstab on mage, so let's just keep getting volume of dice. So here I think I click this because it lets us look at more stuff. Does it? It's three cards come out of here, and then we're actually at 1 on the stairs by the time we click one, so maybe it doesn't actually matter, does it? Because we're not going to take a bunch of damage just to look at doors. We don't have healing stuff, so I think we just look at the one door then. It's Beetle. More magic dice. All right, we're taking more magic dice. We may as well spend time. We may as well roll this because we're not... we're going to go down the stairs and get a new stored die. So let me explore. This beetle is just going to get vaporized. Yeah, sure. Roll a 6. All right. I think we're doing okay. Are we? Are we even covering these armor boxes? They're kind of tough. Give me a flame weave here, pal. Give me a haste. Do I want a haste? I guess I want a haste. Oh, great. 1s. Put that there. Put this here. I could force bolt it up, but don't think we really need to. Maybe we do. How do we cover the 4 and the 5? We don't actually have to cover the 4 and the 5. It's just time. We don't actually care. We're not looking into their door, so we just end. I guess there's a chance we could, like, if we spend the right amount of time here, if we spend less time, we can look at another door, can't we? Like, there's a way to do that. So, hang on. Let's go back to as far as we can. We rolled for haste. So, I have to force bolt for this to go here. I want to do that. I guess I might want that for heroic. I want to do that. I don't want these 6s to go here. Right, I can flank to make this a 4 to go here, and then make this. Okay, this is how we do it. So we make that a heroic. We put this here, we put this here. We make this a heroic, and we use it for flank to make this increased, and we cover it. So because we're actually going to have 1 door that we can look at, so there's some value to that. Hunter can give a magic die. We're rolling 7 magic. Let's look at the one door. It's this guy. So this guy's gonna make us take damage because of spending time. But what do we get out of him? Oh yeah, we could get agility die. It's probably worth it. I think it's worth it to take that. And no one has any heals. We have dodge up here though, so let's roll this, but we're not gonna spend time. Let's try to get it out of here without spending time. We don't have a lot of strength, but we have like lots of heroics and ways to generate strength, so I think we're okay in that department. Ooh, a 6. Flame Weave, and we don't really need haste. So we want to get 11 pips in this, which is like a 5 and a 6. We can like build a Force Bolt 6. And cover the other boxes. We need this 6 to go here. That's a 4. That's a 5. And 3. That's it. Sounds good. No time spent. And we take this for the hunter. What was the skill? Blurry? Yeah, no, that's not happening. With the Lich, it's all about volume of dice on this. Volume of all kinds of dice, because first time each box with skull is covered, discard the die. So we need dice. Which is good, because we have Valor and Knowledge, and that's volume of dice as well. Any 2s rolled are immediately discarded. We have the other beetle. We're at our item limit, but we could start converting. We could grab Crushing Blow, but I don't really think we need it. The Lich does the Lich have 6 requirements? No. I mean, 6s are nice generally, but do we want to spend this to cover an armor box? Probably we're gonna be like short on dice to some extent because of the Lich, so I'm gonna cover this for armor. And we roll. And we roll 2 2s up there. And a 2 down here. All right. Flame Weave can make us have a useful die. Yeah, you don't want to fight the guy who discards 1s and 3s on this floor. All right. We have some dice for armor boxes. We don't have a 5 strength. We have some overpayment for magic dice. We don't have a 6 strength. Yeah, we're a little short on some of these things. We can make a 3 with this. We can also Force Bolt into a 5 or a 6. Here we can Force Bolt into a 5 pretty easily. Maybe we'll do that. And if we do this, and I don't love doing that, but I could roll agility. I guess I could, yeah, I could roll a bit, but thinking what I want to do, I can flank here to increase this to cover the armor box. Then I end up like like making the 6 out of a bunch of stuff that's too much anyways, so not really worthwhile, is it? I could flank this. Doesn't really change anything, right? It doesn't make any difference. This goes and becomes that, and this has to go here anyways. And I'm sure we can, I mean, we can just cover that. I'm sure there's a way to cover that, but it's just 2 time, and I'm not going to try to figure out everything because I don't think it's a big deal. So we'll spend the 2 time. I would have to spend more than 2 real life time to figure that out, so I'm not going to do that. Let's get XP for that. LOL, not fighting this guy. Discard half of your dice? No. If I had invisibility potion, maybe. Where's my skeletons at? All right, bear traps. There's invisibility potion, literally. So, okay. So I'm just gonna flee just to have a look at this guy. We basically go to him to level up with the invisibility potion then. So we want to do disarm them because of the dice discarding thing. So take less time. Yeah, because of the dice discarding, I'm going to do this because even though we're rolling 5 dice, we are discarding like a third of them or whatever. Not a third of them, 1/6 of them. And we don't, I think, need to roll this. So, yes, we lost a 2. We don't have a 6, but we can make a 5 into a 6 because we are very cunning. Very good. And invisibility potion, yes please. So I want to use that on this guy. The question is, do I use it immediately? We're at our item limit, right? But we can just convert that. I'd actually want Hunter to get agility dice here. So we can convert that to XP by popping in here, I think. Triple strike, no thanks. Let's convert this. And now we have 4 agility dice up here. And if it's a 3 XP thing, we can level up, but it's not. We can decipher this pretty easily. Just literally for the XP. I don't think we need to do anything here. Like we're rolling 7 dice. We have all the abilities. We didn't roll any natural 6s, but we have cunning. And also flame weave, which we don't need. We could get a strength, which we do need a little bit of strength for Lich, but we're mostly just like making strength out of our magic dice, right? So I think we just take XP here. We're not going after like strength perils. Just ignore them. Or like ogre. We're not fighting the ogre if it comes up, most likely. We have Wraith, who wants to convert one of our items and is annoying. We could take the XP and have 2 left for the next level, but we're probably not getting next level. I don't want to lose dice. I need my dice. I'm fleeing. Oh, but it's like the last one. All right. I guess we could convert 4, and then we keep a 3. Sure. That's fine. We want to do this. Well, we are going to be exploring our fleeing pretty soon, so let's roll this one. It's a 1. Cool. If we don't spend time, or have more time for the next door, we also might lose a lot of dice. So I'm gonna do this and put it on this white box. Don't roll too many 2s. 1, 2, and lots of good stuff. Over here, 1, 2, and lots of good stuff. Sure, I accept. I accept the bargain. We have a lot of armor boxes to cover. We also have Valor. We should roll. It's a 3. We have a 6 for that. We have 5s and 6s all over the place. Like, we kind of just have too much. We just cover the boxes, right? Like, just cover the boxes. Stop messing about. Yeah, exactly. Overkill. We're already leveling up. So we could like continue leveling up, or we should give this to the hunter so we continue having dice. I think that was our thought. And we can have a look at another door. We might get to level 4 if we start with 3. We need 7 more. Here we could pick the lock, not spend extra time doing it, or another magic die. Oh, no, let's click the skill. We can spend a time here to make sure we get the armor box, because we're not going to another door after this. And we're only rolling 2s apparently. But we did it no problem. And we take more magic dice. Okay, I accept. We're rolling 7. We could stay, because we do have a heal from Cure when we use like Invisibility Potion. We've been wasting some healing here actually. I think we stay in this case because we have some healing opportunities we're not using. It's the ogre, so we're going to use the invisibility potion. Pretty sure. Chaotic aura. That's fun. Or we could take dice. I think we're actually going to be taking dice here because it's a lich. But we're going to use invisibility, which does cost extra time. I guess there's like a chance we could just beat this. Rolling 3 strength and 4 agility and 7 magic. But don't have a great way to convert a lot of those magic dice. That's kind of the problem. So I think I don't want to risk taking a ton of damage here. So let's do this. I'm just going to take and heal as well. And we're going to take this for the hunter. And we're going to... Now we can actually stay. Because it's 2 times out of 3. And this guy again. This happened on the last one. Oh yeah. So this is an XP decision basically. But like if we take this, we're really likely to level up and get another heroic die, which is really good. Yeah, I think it's worth a health to go after this guy. And not worth a health for that though. We'll see. Don't discard all my dice, please. Don't discard all my dice, please. And we lost 4 total. Alright, we do get to cover this. We also get to roll this. It's a 5. Nice. And other stuff happens, like probably Flame Weave. Yeah. We have a couple armor boxes to do. I think I want to, like, use this for flank. Oh, I can give a agility one for flank. It's kind of nice. Put here, and then we can cover all these gross boxes. And cover that box and cover the other box. Just cover all the boxes. All right. So yeah, I think unless we want to convert the strength die to get another heart. I think it's nice to have this be 3 away instead of 4 away. So let's just make it 3 away. Better chance to level up. And Bladestorm. More damage. It's this guy. Invisibility potion candidate. Consistency. That's pretty good. We can also take the XP to level up. I definitely like invisibility here. To just skip past it because there's a lot of dice here. Even though we're pretty good at this encounter dice-wise. You have to remember we lose a lot of dice when we roll. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and grab. The question is the skill. We're rolling 8 dice down here and 7 up here. You have to spend 1 for consistency, so that's super good against the Lich, though. Like, changing all your dice to be good enough to go in here is quite good. Don't have any magic dice here, but we're just like rolling enough magic dice that it's probably fine over here. So I think it's better to put it on the hunter because we get a power transfer die we can use for it. So I think we just like skip it, grab consistency for hunter. And we get a heal out of it too. Horse wall. Climb around or blast through. You can probably manage blast through and level up here. And actually giving this to the hunter, even though we have so many magic dice, it's going to be like, it's going to work on consistency. So it might be worth giving that over. I think we're better off blasting through. We probably want to do this for one of the armor boxes, and we probably want to do this because Lich. Pretty good roll, I would have to say. Cover all the boxes with the roll. Nice. And yeah, I think converting this strength die is pretty good because basically, like, with consistency, we cover the Lich things here just from our basic dice. And then we can maybe get a few more. We leveled up so we can hold more stuff also. So we can grab another couple dice generating items as well. Clobber or dodge? We're probably actually better at clobbering. We're not great at either one. But clobber is much lower number. we go in here and we use the heroic feat. Cover that and go for it here. We get 2 heroic dice. And they're not 2s. And we got a 6. Okay. We can reroll that 1 if we want. Which I think we want. We can cover the 6 or the 8. Or we could use the aid potion, but we're not going to get the healing. So it's not ideal. I mean, re-rolling this one, there's no downside to it, right? Like, we're literally 1 pip short. We have 7 for this. So we just try it. Hopefully it's not a 2. It's a 4! By gosh, I think he's done it. And we could use cleave to make things into 5s, but I think we just need like lots of dice at this point. So, and with 8 time, we probably want to explore here because otherwise we have a null door kind of thing. We can always just flee a bunch if we want to not do anything more, but I'd like to get another die for the mage. We could get this pretty easily. We could also get dodge for the mage also. Let's go for this. Hit one of these armor boxes. I think we just skip the hook feet because we're going to get to go to another door here, right? Unless this roll is like epically terrible and is all 2s, but there's not even any 2s. So it's all perfect. We didn't get a 6, but we don't need a 6 because we have cunning. And I think we want dice. It's 2 health against bosses, though. We're going to have another chance to get a die, so let's give this to the mage. We have 2. We block 4 health against bosses. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. We can just, like, ignore one of these boxes with dodge. And this is another magic die, except that's hilarious. It's a magic die, but we should actually flee and look at another door because we can't roll. There's only 8 dice. We're already rolling 8 magic dice. So there's no point to going in here. We can't profit from it. Armor Crush doesn't do anything. So I think we flee and look at another door. I guess that's kind of the downside of picking that other pick. We have Shadow, who spends time for each skill we use, but we could get a potion, which gets us a hit point when we pick up Heroism. Or we could take that. Or we could use Invisibility Potion to grab a Heroism Potion. That's kind of fun. Interesting choices here. I think we could defeat this encounter. We have tons of dice and the numbers aren't super big, so I think we just go in, roll this and see what it is. Can't go back now. It's a 2. Womp womp. We'll probably spend this now. I think putting it on the magic 4 here is probably wise. And wait, we want Hunter to roll them because of consistency, I think. Because if they're 1s, then it's super good. Yeah, like we're getting a lot of value here out of this. We only rolled 1, 2. We have a flame weave opportunity. We'll use that. Oh, we have to spend time for skills, so we don't automatically use skills. All right. Forgot that because I'm not paying attention. Okay. What can we do without using skills? We can fill this up with small dice. We can cover these boxes. We can like cover almost all the boxes except for one. And we might be able to cover that if we're clever by not putting that in here, but making a heroic 3. So we can actually do this without using a single skill, even on Lich. So that's fun. Cool. Seems like we're doing well. So is it heroism or is it the item? We can also look at the third door. I don't know that, I mean, heroism is great, but I don't know that's that important against the Lich. I think having this item is more important. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out if I was wrong. I don't want to go against this thing that's taking my dice away. Probably. We could, like, have it happen on Hunter and replace it at the end, but I feel like, what do we gain from that? Nothing, right? We gain nothing. So we leave, we descend. All right. Go Lich. And once again, because of consistency, Hunter should roll all of the dice. We no longer discard 2s. Our 2s are unlocked. So let's use our skills that roll dice first. And we have haste that I don't know that we need to use. We certainly can just use this flame weave. We probably want to use haste here. We have a lot of magic dice. Like, we can just sort of do this. Yeah, we don't really need... We, like, cover that box with this, so we can use haste here. Sure. And yeah, consistency is going to get us a bunch of dice. I think we want more strength dice at this point. So let's convert any number of our dice to 4s. Seems like a good value. Let's discard a 3. Put a 4 there. Let's discard a 4. Put a 4 there. And then cover the boxes with whatever we got. We have like heroic 6s all over the place. We're just doing whatever. Everything is fine. We have an extra like 2 heroic 6s just sitting around doing nothing. Cool. I feel like we got the Lich here under control. Rolling 9 here and 8 here, plus 2 heroics. We are a novice, so it's not like I'm that great at the game, but the game is not impossible. Even if you roll 1s, that's what skills are for. I did roll a lot of 1s here, by the way, on the wrong character, so there's that. Let's use Flame Weave. And Haste, probably. We want to give over, I don't know, Is it agility or strength here? I guess it's strength because we have a lot less strength overall. Or I think we're just like winning this round, but... And let's convert with consistency all of these to 4s. I guess before I do that, I should roll haste. I wasted a pip there from Flame Weave, but whatever. Alright, same result. We actually don't need to cover this box because he's already taken 2, but I think we just do anyway. Probably. Because we have enough stuff to do it with. Yeah, we can just cover it. Or maybe we can't if I did that. Well, I can like put this here. Put this here. And put this there. Flex on the Lich. Have some shame dice. We'll just dodge with them. Alright, another victory. That's been 3-0 tonight for One Deck Dungeon, which isn't always the case for me, but I feel pretty good about it. Let's give some points to our heroes. How about aggressive? Alright, stats for the Lich. We have a winning record, unlike the rest of the world. Poor Mage has a pretty bad record in the world. Even I have a losing record as a Mage, turns out. But Hunter record, 2-0. Nice. The Lich rolled a 1. I guess I'm okay at the game. So that is One Deck Dungeon on sale right now on Steam, iOS, and Android. It's also available on Nintendo Switch. Not on sale there right now, but it's still a good time. So check it out on your Switch if you would like to delve into the dungeon. Thanks for watching tonight. It's always a good time to stream. Make sure to tune in for our next stream on Thursday, which will be Dolphin's Dive. Then Friday we have Seamus, Luck of the Seamus. Saturday is Spirit Island Saturday, and right now Zach is on hiatus, so no stream on Sunday. But then I'll be back again Tuesday. So maybe Tuesday will be a different game, most likely. That's gonna do it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the stream, and hope you will follow us and enjoy. Have a good night.